doing the same thing we did yesterday, playing from the Reds. So I figured out last night that I am old as shit. We will be cutting everything down in half. So 5 push-ups for every stroke over bar. Still do 15 push-ups for lost balls, and we will do 25 for any left equipment. As you can tell, I did my PCCs and PCIs this morning, so I actually have my camera mount. Also, after spending hours of editing, if any of you guys unfortunately watched that first video, I will be doing better at taking care of different shots. We're here at T number 1, par 4, 252 yards. First one of the day. Didn't warm up or anything. Sore after doing all those push-ups. A little chunky, but it's down there. Looking. Alright, it's a little bit warmer today. It's about 48. I did bring last night. It's a little wet out here, so rough only. Cart path 10 and 13, so try to stay as close to the cart path as possible. Today's video, since I rambled most of it yesterday, we'll try to focus on my experience in the Marine Corps, and then maybe in a later video we'll do the Army. We got a birdie putt. Alright, we put that one on the green. We got a birdie putt. Hole 1. Told you guys yesterday, I'm a better golfer than what I showed in yesterday's video. Especially here at Arrowhead where I'm more comfortable. Push-ups. Alright, starting off with a bogey. But this being Arrowhead, hopefully I'll do an 18-hole video instead of just a 9-hole video, but see how it goes. Probably gonna stop and chat a little bit. I don't want to get in front of the group in front of me, so I'm gonna take my time. So yeah, from yesterday's video, joined the Marine Corps June 01, boot camp December 01. graduated in March. MCT, MOS school, Iwakuni, Japan for 2 years, Cherry Point for 2 years. I knew I was going to be a Marine when I was 12. I had kind of a odd upbringing, but when I was 12, my grandparents took me in. They also raised my cousin, and the day they took me in was the day his recruiter showed up. Took him to ship off to San Diego, and I right then and there I looked at my grandma and I said, when I turn 18, I'm gonna be a Marine. And of course everyone's like, oh, you're 12, you don't know what you want to do. Enlisted in the Marine Corps the day before my 18th birthday. Didn't really care what my MOS was gonna be. Just wanted to be a Marine. Never changed my mind. So yeah, did 4.5 years active duty, and enjoyed every minute of it. So here we are. Enough rambling. Hole number 2, par 4, 293 from the Reds. The tree, so we'll see where we're at down there. We're definitely striking the ball better today. That was unfortunately hit the tree, so I don't know how far back I came, but let's see if we have a shot. Might have to go suck this one up, because we are behind the tree. I guess we can try to get this one low. Good stroke. Just don't know where it went. Not sure where it went. It sounded good. It did hit the tree right in front of us. Right there went 9 iron. I hit that pretty clean. 152. Just pushed it right a little bit. I was talking to my daughter yesterday. It's so difficult doing this by yourself. You know what I mean? Like over here trying to talk to someone that's not in front of you. Stupid difficult. All right, we're just off the green. Let's see if we can get this up and down for par. Let's see if we sell 5 push-ups. All right, since this is for par, not birdie, we don't pull the pin. But all right, go up and down. Uphill, probably breaking a little to the right. We're gonna go outside edges. Fuck me. All right, guys. Well, back-to-back bogeys. Good thing we decided to switch that to 5 push-ups, but no lost balls. So we're at 10 push-ups, 2 holes in. The soda machine was out in the clubhouse. Normally I'd have a large Mountain Dew, but something else I have to do. So yeah, boot camp to me was fun. I enjoyed it. I always said I would go back and do boot camp all over again if I could. Didn't have a lot of structure growing up, so 3 meals a day in a bunk. Discipline. Senior drill instructor, gotta be the coolest guy. He cared about DNC over anything else. So as soon as we got our M16s, we all got Ziploc bags, filled it with sand, put it in the buttstock, make it heavier, so that all through boot camp we were lugging around and doing DNC with heavier rifles. So come competition time, take those sandbags out. Man, that guy's verbiage was off the chain. First time I ever heard a Yardbird. Used to call our dress boots that we used for DNC Cadillacs. So he'd be like, all right, everybody, put on your Cadillacs. And so we knew we were going marching. Yeah, we ended up winning the drill competition. Learned some monkey drill. I think that's what it's called, monkey drill. But learned some cool stuff that you don't typically get to learn. So, did that. Crucible, insane. Boot camp's actually where I learned. So I pulled the trigger with my middle finger. In the Marine Corps, you have to qualify standing, and I sucked. So I had an instructor that, was like, pull the trigger with your middle finger. That way your finger's up against the magazine well. It's hard to jerk the weapon, and it worked. So for my entire career up until today, I still use my middle finger as my trigger finger. So, all right, hole 3, par 4, 256. We're probably gonna go 3 wood. I put it in the creek with 3 wood. Hope y'all enjoyed that warm-up swing. Fucking idiot. I wonder how many pros, when they're out playing on their own or just playing for fun, do you think they ever whiff? I think they would ever be honest about it. Like, you have professional basketball players that airball. You know what I mean? Like, we all know it happens. We've all seen it. We've all seen it happen. Football players, miss tackles, go interceptions, drop easy passes. I wonder if professional golfers ever whiff. That would be an interesting thing to find out. Alright, so here we are. We are not that far away. Actually, it's a pretty smart play. So, another me being intelligent, which is out of the norm. 45 yards. Notice that my golf game, and hopefully my filming game, has gotten better. Man, watching that video yesterday, I suck. Get over. Barely got over, but. So yeah. You at least watch the push-ups part of yesterday's video. At the very end, you see me talk about how Windows sucks when it comes to film editing and stuff like that. I have a Lenovo, and geez, oh peace, man. It was taking so fucking long. It kept lagging, everything like that. So I'm probably gonna invest in a Mac if this thing takes off enough to where I'm actually recording videos on a regular basis. If not, why invest the money? You know what I mean? So we're just off the green. We'll go up there, try to put it close and see if we can end with a par in this bogey streak. Then it, of course, why not? Yeah, it's a little downhill putt. Probably gonna break a little left or right. This one is gonna be for a long par or a third bogey in a row. That's 15 push-ups. Oh, so that's 3 bogeys. Par 3 coming up. But yeah, like I was saying, it's so difficult to try and hold a conversation with yourself and not ramble. It's so much easier when you have someone with you, I guess. But yeah. Part 3. Marine Corps. You know, MCT was also fun. You know, everybody goes through MCT, except for infantry. They go to SOI. I happened to go during April Fools. One of our instructors, you know, had us out at like 1 o'clock in the morning, the entire class separating us out, you know, talking about invading, or we had just invaded Iraq. So if you had failed any test or exam or anything, you were being sent home. You know, they took all the big guys, put them with infantry, mechanics, all the smaller females, smaller guys, put them in the administrative pool. But unfortunately, I came up short. So initially I was in there. We were out there for probably an hour and a half. You know, once the buses never showed up, everyone kind of was like, what's going on? So yeah, great April Fool's joke. Just on the green, so we got a birdie putt. Oh, I told you yesterday's video I got two clubs. One of the clubs I didn't get back in my bag that I had was an auxiliary, an approach, whatever you want to call it. That's normally what I would have hit and would have been better. This is a threesome in front of me, a couple holes, solo behind me, another group that looks like they might be catching everybody. So try to keep pace here. So we are 3 over with our second opportunity for birdie. Alright guys, I'm gonna do a little bit different here. I'm gonna give you guys a view of the cup. like a bitch again. Wow. You're a terrible golfer. Good bogey turns alive. Oh, yeah. So after MCT and MOS school, we got lucky in MOS school. You pick East Coast, West Coast, overseas. I picked overseas and got Iwakuni. Iwakuni. Fucking amazing. You know what I mean? Like, get there, you know, first welcome there, they take you to Hiroshima, and you know, you spend a week in a welcome platoon before you get to your unit, and yeah, so we got to go to Hiroshima. Eye-opening, and then you know, spent 2 years there. Used to party in Hiroshima all the time. Country night, non-NCO bars. I was you know, I used to help my sergeant instruct McMap, and have my gray belt, but only NCOs could get their green belts, and unfortunately I was not an NCO yet, so I used to train NCOs, get them all the way up to their gray belt, even train them for their green belt. Did have an opportunity to go up on a board, but got fucked over by an MP. Hate fucking MPs. You know, I had a car, you know, I think I had one drink, but I was under 21. And a friend of mine, she was pretty wasted. So, you know, I was like, me and another friend put her in the car. We were going to take her back to the barracks. And as soon as my tires hit base, MP locked me up, turned on his lights, pulled me over, you know, wanted the whole field sobriety test, blah, 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 blah. Asked me if I take a breathalyzer. I'm like, sure, because the whole time he's like, I just want to make sure you can make it back to base, you know, make it back to your barracks, you know. And I wish I had old Gary Owens as the MP. He would have let me go. But anyways, you know, so he goes and talks to his staff sergeant, and I hear the staff sergeant go, whatever you gotta do, man. So he asked me if I take a breathalyzer, took a breathalyzer, barely registered since I was under 21, arrested me. I'll finish the story when we get back in the cart. Got my 58. Try to get a nice little chip up there. Another birdie putt. So yeah, had to go to the MP station. Sat for a couple hours. One of our gunnies came and got me. He was the duty NCO. One I was not looking forward to seeing, but took me by surprise. He didn't say anything. About a month goes by and I get called into the colonel's office, being told I'm going to be NJP'd for underage drinking. Everyone in the unit thought I was over 21. I had drank with most of the senior NCOs in the unit, playing softball and stuff like that. So I actually got NJP'd because one of the staff sergeants was buying shit on base and taking it out to his wife's family's store and selling it. So they had to be equal across the board. So got busted down from Lance Corporal to PFC. Got to go train. I turned 20 in Tokyo. We did a 30-day train up at Mount Fuji. That was fun. So yeah, had a car, drove all over. Honestly, probably the best 2 years of my life. Funny story real quick before we go make this birdie putt. First roommate I get, he was a corporal. I go out, went to the Marine Lounge, come back, it's like 1 o'clock in the morning, and I'm walking around and something moves at my feet, and it turns out that he had got married, had a kid, and had weekend visitation. It was his daughter, but I thought he had kidnapped her, so I'm like freaking out. 1 o'clock in the morning, little Japanese girl sleeping on my floor. But those are military stories. Alright, that one should be pretty good. Best shot of the day. Oh, I will say too, for anyone that thinks that being in the National Guard is easy or whatnot, being active duty definitely is. Like I said, previous video, I deployed twice, once to Iraq, once to Afghanistan, and I mean, we only get 3 months if we're lucky. When I went to Iraq, we had 3 months before hood before we deployed. When I went to Afghanistan, we got a month and a half at Shelby, Mississippi before we deployed. So I'm just taking guys that security or personal security, but chunk the shit out of that one. 120 yards or not 120 yards. Wasn't the shot. Oh, the guy behind me is catching up to me. But yeah, you got guys don't really know each other, just learning. Do it. You got guys doing it every single day. It's so much easier for them when they got that when they're trying to build rapport with people, in a month and a half that you're gonna have to rely on, and they're gonna have to rely on you. So, National Guard, harder. The guy behind me, go ahead. That's what runs up there. Right off the fucking back. Probably just another 9-hole video. Compared to yesterday, it's not terrible. Not terrible compared to yesterday. 6 holes in, 6 over. That's 30 push-ups, no lost balls. That's a plus. Golf guys, as my uncle likes to say, are about to strike me dead. Because you don't say that. But again, this will be a another 9-hole video. Hopefully you guys appreciate how much better I've gotten at filming and talking. Hopefully we'll be able to do an 18-hole video if I can get some people to link up with, interested, maybe have someone videoing, or so much easier to do, videoing when you're not the one shooting. So we'll see. But yeah, here we are. Hole number 7, 263. We'll go driver. See if we can make it to the green. Probably not. Almost colder today. Oh, so in my previous video, didn't have all the, scorecards and all that. So I did a lot of rambling 24/7. Today I'm trying to do more talking to the card and maybe showing my shot, not really talking when I'm setting up the camera. So hopefully I'll be able to cut a lot of that out. Like I said, it took me about 5 hours to edit that video. Unfortunately, I couldn't edit it that make me a better golf player, but so yeah, so hopefully this video is a lot better. Started seeing some improvements in both my golf game and my filming. All right, double of the day, I believe. So next hole's a par 5, so hopefully we make it to the ground. Funny story about this par 5. We playing a scramble up here. Had a scramble with me, my dad, mom, my brother. Didn't have time for first, but this is the hole that we started on. And see behind me, see my way and stuff like that. Me and my brother, we just drove up here in these front tees, and my dad passed away last September. Was asking us what we were doing, and it's like, as big of a hitter as my brother is and how I can be sometimes, this is like 100 yards, 150 yards. Let's see, from the black tees it's 5, from the white tees it's 510, from the red tees it's 346. So the fact my dad was like, what are you guys doing? Like, I'm not even wasting their energy. Yeah, so we were just off to the right over here. Started chipping a putt for par. Pretty sad. You know, almost 200 yards, and you got a chip and a putt for par. So we're gonna see what we can do. This is one of the most diabolical holes in the entire course. So let's see if we can get it close. We got it up there. Alright guys, here we go, par putt. Looks like it's breaking up right, but green, but I mean, look on fine. Broke. Another bogey. We're counting that. Alright guys, another bogey. We are at the hole of 9. Again, after this hole, I won't play the back, but I won't record it. Probably play better than it on the front. In my next video, I'll come out and play the front and never record the back. That way I'm warmed up. But who knows? But here we are, hole number 9. Dog leg right, 280. See what we can do. Oh man, hopefully I did better with talking to you guys. Share a little bit. It's so hard to even talk about the military by yourself. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that you can talk about, but I mean, I don't really talk a lot about my military experiences unless it's with like close friends and stuff like that. But it's just so hard just talking into a phone. But like I said, maybe we'll hook up with the people and play some good rounds and film some good content. Get our own little veteran group together, and we'll see what happens. But let's go try to get this in for birdie. End on a high note. Smoked it over. Birdie putt. Oh. Way to end on a birdie, Curtis. Easy fucking birdie, but drop out with it, man. Birdie on the channel. Yay me. Alright guys, as you saw, just finished that with a birdie. Nice birdie. So we're gonna play the back 9 and then we will upload the video of push-ups. So, and I will do a recap before I leave the course. Like, subscribe. Appreciate y'all. I'll go ahead and count. When you watch the video, you'll see I'm 8. Just a 2-inch putt. So we're gonna go ahead and count that. So we birdied on 9. So that puts us at 9 over, no lost balls. So here we go, 90 push-ups. So that's 25. Sorry for the noise. It's a dog in the cage eating a treat. $50. $75. 90. All right, guys, just finished editing the video, knocking out my push-ups. Ended up being 90. So not bad, 9 over par. Bogey golf, no lost balls. Improvement from yesterday's gameplay. God, I suck at taking videos. Did a little bit better editing this video, but I apologize for the shitty golf shots. Not that the shots themselves were shitty, but the video of it was pretty bad. But weather's not going to be too good here in Indiana over the next week or so, so not sure when I can get another video in, but stick with me. Going to get better. And if you don't mind, like, subscribe, thumbs down if you want. All feedback is good feedback. Catch you guys later.